Let me ask you something. Not as a joke, not as a shade, not even as therapy, although it might end up being all three. Would you date you? Would you date you? Really, would you date you? Because it's easy to have a list. Tall, ambitious, funny, loyal, emotionally available. But what if somebody flipped the paper around and said, okay, cool, now describe you? Would you still swipe right on you? Let's be real. We all say we want love. But some of us want the perks of partnership with the vibe of a single person who just likes loyalty on demand. So again, would you date you? Now let's check the mirror test. Imagine someone dated you exactly the way you date. Your level of consistency, your texting patterns, your sense of humor, your attachment issues disguised as just chilling. Would you feel secure, seen? Or would you be texting your group chat like, whoa, this person is acting weird. Should I ghost or just slowly fade? Because sometimes we want accountability from others that we don't apply to ourselves. This brings us to emotional availability. Are you emotionally available or just emotionally decorative? You show up, you look good, you flirt, but the moment someone tries to go deep, you respond with, whoa, that's crazy. You expect honesty, but your version of vulnerability is sending memes at 2 a.m. when you miss them. Would you date that? Which brings us to patterns, not preferences. Yes, where it gets real. Sometimes your preferences are disguises for your patterns. You say, I don't want someone clingy. But what you mean is, I am not comfortable being needed because I haven't unpacked that part of myself. You say, I need someone stable. But you create chaos every time things start to feel too healthy because you mistake peace for boredom. Would you date someone who plays the same mind games you do? Would you chase someone who loves like you love? This brings us to resume versus reality. A lot of people date like they're applying for a job. They present their best self, highlight the achievements, downplay the weaknesses, leave out weird stuff like emotionally checks out when triggered. But a relationship isn't an interview. It's a co-op class in emotional maturity. So the question becomes, are you a good partner or just a good candidate? Do you bring peace? Do you communicate clearly? Or do you ghost when it's time to grow? Would you date someone who loved like you do when you're bored, tired, or scared? No, be honest. Be honest. What you attract versus what you sustain. Here's a fun twist. You might attract great people, but are you ready for them? Because dating isn't just about what you want, it's about what you can maintain. You want consistency. Are you consistent? You want emotional intelligence. Can you sit through uncomfortable conversation without checking out or shutting down? Would you date someone who needed your current level of maturity? Not your potential, not your best self after therapy, your right now self. Would you? Now, the point isn't perfection. Listen, this is not a roast. This isn't about being perfect before you love or loved. Nobody's 100% ready. Nobody has it all figured out. We are all in process, but it's about honesty. Because the moment you ask, would I date me? You stop outsourcing your self-awareness to heartbreak. You start owning your stuff. You start working on the energy you bring to the table, not just what you hope to find sitting across from it. So the question remains, would you date yourself? Will you sit across from your own mind, your own heart, your own habits, and feel excited, safe, loved? Or would you say, this one is cute, but emotionally disorganized? Next. I say this to say that if you wouldn't date yourself, you might not be ready for someone else to try. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.